see bad behaviour on buses or on trains, the immediate reaction is to label the average Singaporean who doesn't do anything about it as apathetic or chup. Well, instances like this where people squeeze in before others can step out, or those who hog priority seats when others, like pregnant women, might need it more. Well, most Singaporeans say that they want a more gracious society, but videos like this really paint quite a different picture. So the question is, why don't enough people speak up? Well, to discuss these issues, or rather these issues were discussed at a recent dialogue organized by the Singapore Kindness Movement, and Michelle Tay, who's from the movement, joins me in studio. So Michelle, thank you for coming in today.
Thank you.
So how would you define the average bo-chup Singaporean?
Probably second example is, well, we're at work trying to spread the message of kindness, and we ask people, hey, would you like to join us? And usually they give a very lukewarm response. And one explanation that they give is usually they say that they believe they are kind, so why don't you go and target the unkind people instead? So we believe that this indifference, or the bystander effect, sort of we call it the bo-chup kind. Yeah. So
this obviously you think has to change, but when it comes to bad behavior like we saw earlier on the buses or trains, a lot of people will think, oh, I want to mind my own business, don't really want to interfere in anyone else's problems. How would you say we go about changing that attitude?
I think it needs to be more of a good social pressure that we have around us. We shouldn't just be, you say bo-chup, but we should, because it's not within our personal space, it's more of a shared space that we have. So, to get a more kinder and gracious society, we should, be together as one to help, take care of our environment and places around us.
So how do you propose getting people or Singaporeans to get out of their comfort zones? You had that dialogue over the weekend. Yes. Did you get some good ideas from the 300 people who came around?
I think there were a couple who shared good examples, such as one participant who actually commutes every day by bus, and he said a simple thing as greeting a bus driver actually makes his day, and this causes a ripple effect, so that once the bus driver is happy, he also in turn greets the other passengers, and the ripple effect goes on and on. So actually kindness gets passed forward from one person to another.
So this kind of ground up movement or grassroots movement is what you guys are moving towards. So early this year your movement shifted from the traditional messaging approach to a more grassroots approach. Would you say that this formula has been successful so far?
I think it has. In this year's Kindness Day Singapore in May, we actually recognized 26 of such ground-up movements, and since then we've been seeing more and more who are inspired and want to build more ground-up movements.
So you're also saying that connecting like-minded people is one of the best ways to affect change. So is anything going to come out of, or anything concrete rather, going to come out of these dialogues?
I think we do anticipate more ground-up movements as well, because they're being inspired, and a couple of them have wrote into us saying that they want to participate more and join more in our kindness activities.
And if people have really good ideas, is there any way that you're going to support them, either monetarily or help them with a new campaign?
Yes, we will probably be happy to support them, so they can just write into us and we'll be happy to support them.
All right, thank you very much, Michelle.
Thank you.
And that was Michelle Tay from the Singapore Kindness Movement on encouraging Singaporeans like you and me to be a bit more kind and gracious. Our next story is staff